Okay, I'm back. This is going to be part two of the video, and whenever I was rudely interrupted by my SD card running out of space, I wanted to talk about being organized and keeping your paper organized. And then also I want to get into multiplying, dividing just a little bit. So whenever you do your work and keep it nice and neat and write neatly, organize the problems properly. So if I were to do another problem, let's say number 2, I would just put it over here. I would write small. Some of you guys, I've seen papers that, I mean, maybe 2 or 3 problems are on one piece of paper, and they're small problems, and it's not because your working requires that much room. It's just because you write too big, and a lot of it's sloppy, and most of it's sloppy because you get in a hurry, you get fast. And what I would suggest is to take pride in the paper that you're working on, and when you get it turned in, it'll be something that you're proud of. The teacher will be able to read it easier. The teacher will be able to figure out the answer. And probably one of the biggest things is if you make a mistake, the teacher can look exactly how or why you made the mistake and help you to correct it so you won't do it again. So, just keep everything nice and neat and organized. Keep everything in a straight row that you can. Let's work this one real quick. 4 minus 7, 7. The next number down will be 6, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. And you do that enough, you'll just know automatically that you take 4 from 7, it's going to be 3. So the red flag I noticed right off the bat was this 8 is bigger than the 6, and I can't take 8 from 6. Matter of fact, let me do something real quick. Here's what I see a lot every day. Let's play like this is a 0, okay? And the thing that I see, I bet I'll see it at least 2 or 3 times today. A student will take a look at this and they'll just drop that 8 down here because I don't know, it's beyond me. I don't understand why they do it, but they just drop the 8 rather than the right way. 8, you can't take 8 from 0. Well, you can, but we're talking about integers, and we'll get in that later in the year. But anyway, you just can't do it. So come over here next door, borrow 1. That 5's not going to mind. He's a nice guy. And put that 1 right there and make that 10, okay? So 10, and you subtract 8 from 10, and you get 2. You can use your fingers for that if you have to. And then 2 from 4, you're going to get 2. But anyway, and then the next one, if I have room in the paper without cramming and scrunching it up too much, I might put another problem here. But if it's going to scrunch it up, and remember, we want to make the person who's grading this, the teacher or maybe a fellow student, we want them to be able to see our work and be able to read it. You might want to put 3 down here just so that there's no question, okay? If you run out of paper, the teacher's going to have another piece of paper. Your friend's going to have another piece of paper. Somebody's going to have another piece of paper that you can borrow. If you're here at the school, come to me. I always have paper, so I'll give you a piece of paper if that's what it takes. But my main point is write neatly, write small, and remember you're writing it so that somebody else can read it. And I think that'll help you a whole lot. So let's do some multiplication, some things that I see in multiplying. Let's look at this. And excuse my handwriting; it's not the best. But let's do a division problem. Let's do 79. Okay, and we're going to divide that by 6. How many of you were thinking that you're dividing 6 by 79? I hear it all the time. It's just the opposite. Okay, so I ask myself a simple question: how many times will 6 go into 7? Well, it'll go one time, right? So I just put that 1 right there, and then I just go through the steps. 1 times 6 is 6, and I put it directly underneath the 7 and draw a line, and I subtract 6 from 7. You can get 1. Okay, hesitate a little bit, make sure this number is lower than that one. If it's bigger than this outside number, means this number on top's wrong. But okay, we're good. So let's drop the 9. Okay, and then I ask myself, 6 will go into 19. Well, it'll go 3 times. You learn to skip count by 6s, 6, 12, 18, so 3 times. So I'll put the 3 right above the 9, because the 9 is the number that I brought down. Okay, and then I just tell myself 3 times 6 is 18, right there, and I subtract. Okay, and in this particular problem, we're going to end up with a remainder, or I'm going to stop it at a remainder. I'm not going to get into decimals. This is just basic stuff. So right up here, I would just put an R that would represent remainder, and then the number 1. Okay, so let's say that that's problem number 1, okay, on our piece of paper. Now, on the side of that, I would probably go one more step. There's a way we can check this answer. We can use multiplication. If we take the top number, the 13, multiply it by the 6, okay, and then we're going to get whatever that is. And then if we add our remainder, 1, hopefully we'll end up with 79. Let's see what happens. 6 times 3 is 18. So I'll put down the 8 and I carry the 1. A lot of you, not a lot of you, but some of you are having problems knowing which one number to put up top. So 18, carry the 1. 6 times 1 is 6, plus 1 is 7. So there's 78, plus the 1 would be 79. 79 is here, 79 is here. So I can just pretty much guarantee that that's going to be the answer. Let's do another quick one with, I'm just looking at a book right here, just something for an example. Let's do one that I think will fit in here. So I'm going to put number 2, playing like this is my notebook paper that I'm going to turn in, and somebody's going to grade. I'm going to do 7, and I'm going to see how many times I can put that into, a lot of you catch me saying cram it into 2,382. Okay? So here I go. I can't put the 7 into 2, so I'm not even going to worry about that. I'm going to go to 23, and 7 times what is 23? And once you use your multiplication chart, if you have to for now, or you might have it memorized, that 7 times 3 is 21. So I'm putting that 3 right above the last number that I was trying to go into. So 3 times 7, I tell myself, is 21. And I write the 21 underneath the 23, trying to keep everything in order and lined up straight and legible. Subtract 21 from 23, I'm going to get 2. Okay, pause for a second. 2 is less than 7, so I'm ready to drop the 8 down. Okay, this is going to be a good example. Because a lot of the students have problems with these type of problems. So then I asked myself, 7 will go into 28. So it's the same thing, like you just kind of play like this 28 slipped up under here where this 23 was. But 7 will go into 28 4 times. Okay, so we have 4 times 7 is 28. And here's where the problem comes in. So 28 minus 28 is 0, okay? Now, we're ready to drop the 2. This is where we lose a lot of the students. Anytime you bring a number down, that you drop a number down, I dropped the 8 down, I had to deal with it. I dropped the 2 down, I have to deal with it. So 7 will go into exactly 0 times. Okay? So now I tell myself 0 times 7 is 0, and I subtract 0 from 2, and I get 2, and there's my remainder. There's a big difference between 34 remainder 2 versus 340 remainder 2. So let me just kind of use this little space right here, and let's just check that answer. 2382 times 7 is going to equal a number, and then we're going to add in our remainder of 2, and hopefully we'll get 2382. 340. I'm sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself. I want to do some multiplication still on this same video. So I apologize. 340 divided by 7, and hopefully we'll end up with 2382. So here we go. 7 times 0, 0. 7 times 4 is 28. 8, carry your 2. 7 times 3 is 21. 22, 23. There's 2380 plus 2 is 2382. So 2382, 2382. So we came up with the right answer. I can guarantee you that that's going to be the right answer. Write everything as neat as possible, and I really made a mess, and that was a bad example for doing something organized and neat. I apologize. But we're 13 minutes into this video, and I'm sure you're probably getting bored by now. Let's do a multiplication, and then we'll bring this 2-part series to an end. So if let's pick a good one here that might let's do 324, and let's multiply that by 24. Okay, look at it, check and see if there's going to be any issues. Take a deep breath, get the oxygen flowing, and relax, and let's get started. 4 times 4 is 16. I put the 6 down, and I carry the 1. 4 times 2 is 8, plus the 1 would be 9. 4 times 3 is 12. A lot of you just put the 2 and you put the 1 up here in space, and it's just like hanging there. I've yet to understand why that happens, but it does, and it happens a lot. 4 times 3 is 12. Put the whole 12 right here. Okay? Now, we're finished with this 4. You can mark it out, you can get rid of it, just forget about it. It's not going to come play, and we're not going to use that 1 again. Okay? So we need something right here. You need a placeholder, and it doesn't matter to me what it is. You can draw a funny face or use a letter, a star, a line. Most people use a 0. Just something that will tell you that you need to start in the second column, because we're in the second column over. So here we go, really quick. 2 times 4 is 8. 2 times 2 is 4. And 2 times 3 is 6. Okay? And then we add those together. 6 plus 0 is 6. And then the 9 plus 8 is going to be your 17. Or you can do 9. The next number would be 10. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Put the 7, carry your 1, 4, 5, 6, 7, 6, 7. So the answer is being 7,776. The thing that I wanted you to see, be sure put a placeholder right here, and be sure when this number, remember it was 12, put the whole 12 down. Don't just put the 2 and leave the 1 hanging up there. That just doesn't make any sense. Friends, it's been nice being with you. I appreciate you, your patience and watching both series of this. Share this with somebody, like it, and just appreciate it again. Work hard. See you at school. All's well here in Sector 6. Have a good day.